Just like the Great Salt Lake, I'm salty AF, baby.
If life is a circus, then this dancing bear is in the center ring. Hello!
I'm Hunter Arden.
And I'm Papa the Bear, and welcome to the Real Housebears
Podcast.
Oh,
I got a British
goodness.
accent.
Yes, Hunter, your languages and your invitations are getting more and more real every time.
I know, I'm doing really good with them right now.
You all, happy anniversary to us.
Yes.
Today is the 1 year anniversary of our first episode of The Real Housewives.
Yes. And we have a very special present for everybody.
Yes, the best anniversary present imagine. We have in our own home.
In our own home.
We have Jennie from The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Yes! Can you believe, we told you all we had something big and exciting coming up. Can you believe it?
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, thank you for being here.
To have you.
Thank you very much. I'm so grateful to be here.
Thank you so much.
Happy anniversary, guys.
Thank you.
And you guys, we did not shove her in the hot closet.
We are,
Yes.
the sound quality might be a little bit different this week because we're actually out in our dining area,
yes,
if you will. But we're so happy to have you here.
Thank you so
unbelievable.
much.
And we got to hang out for a little bit and have some nice tacos.
Mexican food.
Yes.
Love Mexican food.
Yes, we're going to talk about what a foodie you are coming up in
Not
just a little
Taco
bit.
Bell.
No.
No Taco Bell. We went authentic.
Yes,
We went authentic,
absolutely. So, to be honest with you, where we really want to start off is, how do we get an invite to Science Saturday?
Oh, you know what? My daughter is very particular. So you gotta have a good impression of her.
Okay.
You gotta
get in with
talk to
Carlin.
her. You gotta
Got in
be
with
like,
Carlin.
she had to feel that vibe.
Yeah.
Like she get to connect with you. Then she's like, okay, you're allowed.
You know what? I feel confident. I feel
think we can do it.
You can do it. I think I have full confidence.
Yeah, I feel good about that. So we are obsessed with your kids.
Thank you.
Yes.
You have, I mean, I can understand why Dewey would want more kids,
Yes.
but because they're wonderful. Where did you come up with their names?
Okay, this is so funny because we live on a Greek street, Gilead, Venus, Hermes, Jupiter. So I thought, okay, maybe we are gonna name our kids Greek goddess. And so Dewey's like, Atlas, holding the world on his shoulder. Triton. Carlin, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But he convinced me to believe it's a Greek goddess. So
Okay.
I'm gonna buy it for
Okay,
now.
we'll do that.
Yeah.
You know what? If she is not by some chance a Greek deity, she is making up for it in her mortal life right now.
She sure is.
Yes,
So
for sure.
did I understand? Does she really have a book?
Yes, she wrote and published a book this year. It's called The Mysterious Force. By the way, guys, she has a book signing this Saturday at 2 at the Discovery Gateway. So proud of my daughter.
I guess I know how we're getting our in with Carlin.
Yeah.
We have personal invitation here.
Thank you.
Come.
When I found that out, I was surprised and I wasn't surprised. You know,
Aw.
she's so on the ball. She's so
So
smart.
adventurous.
But, I mean, how old is she?
She's 9.
She's 9 and she has published a story
A
about...
chapter book. A chapter book.
Oh, it's a chapter book.
Yes,
It's
yes.
incredible
Wow. You
about,
have some amazing kids.
about a fox.
A fox, a squirrel, a snake, a tiger, a frog. So it's like they all come together in this amazing friendship. And for her, is like, I think the pandemic really kind of segued to, why can't we just all get along? Why are we blaming it on other people for what's going on? We are suffering as this whole world is suffering. Why we separated ourselves? Why can't we just be friends like the animals in my book?
yeah.
And it was heartbreaking because I don't know what happened in school. I don't know if there's any discrimination or she's dealing with COVID. So for her to just write and continue to write, she started on her second book. So watch out for that.
Now, I know that you have a YouTube channel, but we're surprised that she doesn't have like a science show on YouTube.
Yes.
It will. She will have one. We're working on it. We're working on it.
Okay, we've actually mentioned that a few times on the podcast.
Yeah, we have.
Certainly.
It has to
Certainly.
happen.
That is so amazing. So, we are a generally pretty lighthearted podcast, but we mentioned, we got to hang out a little bit before, and you've had some deep stuff go on in your life.
Yes,
You're an
for sure.
immigrant. You've been a refugee. You've had some serious pregnancy issues.
Yes.
Have you had a lot of viewers who have reached out, like, just thank you for your story. I've been going through. I mean, even like refugees and immigrants is not something we normally do with on Housewives or television.
No. So I did, and it was amazing how one story reached out to a bigger platform that I could not imagine that I could reach out to so many people, because I am an immigrant and I worked really hard. I came when I was really little on a boat, went into the refugee camp, was there for a few years and waiting to be sponsored. And when you get sponsors, like you hit the lottery, you won, you are going to be in a place where you get your freedom. You're going to have a better life, although it's going to be very challenging. And hearing so many people experience the same situation from many different countries and said, I am an immigrant. I know how it feels. I was poor. I worked from ground zero to be where I am. And it touched my heart because it's like, I understand how you feel. I can relate. I know you can relate to me. And my story is not to say, oh, look at me, poor me. No, it's look at me and be better than me. I know that you can work hard and you can be somebody and you are successful and you are loved. Doesn't matter where you come from.
Yeah.
You are who you are and you are so strong to just sacrifice and be here. It's just a story in itself, just trying to make it here.
Yeah. Well, people watch The Housewives to see these affluent, intelligent, successful women. And then for these people who are coming to our country, a true rags to riches story. That's
Yes.
really inspiring.
Yes.
And then I can only imagine the multitude of women who have had issues with pregnancies that have
Yes.
probably reached out.
Yes, and that was the most amazing platform for me. I'm an immigrant, people can relate, but as a mother, the dad can't relate. The men cannot relate. You can relate as immigrant, right? From one another. Mm-hmm. But being a woman, being a mom, going through pregnancy, having the pregnancy loss, the infant loss, the stillbirth, the rainbow baby, is painful because it doesn't get better. It gets worse because we bury it. We sweep it under the rug and we're like, we don't want to talk about it. The more we talk about it, the pain come back and it's just hurtful, and we don't understand the man point of view. I know as father you guys deal with the same situation and equally in pain, but no, there's no support for men. There are so many support for women, and I want to reach out to the men as well. It's okay to work with your wife. It's okay to work with your girlfriend, your woman. Do with it with her, talk to her, be her soul, be her rock, be everything, because you guys are dealing with this together. And I want them to know you're not less of a woman. You are strong, you are loved, you are such an amazing figure for other women to look at. Please just love yourself.
Yeah.
Just know that you can heal.
You gave me chills.
Yeah.
Chills.
But we're in church. We're
Yeah,
in
that
church.
was really good though, because like we've said on the podcast and stuff, we as men, we don't know what it's like to go through a birth, have something living inside of you, and then have a child die.
Exactly.
Right after that. We can't identify with that, but we can identify with our loved one.
Yes, for sure.
And that's like the biggest thing. But your story really was sad, but also very hopeful.
Thank you. Thank you.
But we are completely in agreement with you. If you don't want to have any more kids, you've given 13 tries. You've done.
I think
done
at a certain
very
point
well.
you're like, that's it. I think I need my sanity. I need my health. I need my, sense back to be able to raise wonderful children. I don't want to be stuck in the moment of trying and neglect my children. I think I am very blessed to have healthy kids at this moment. I can't force the issue if it's not meant to be.
Right.
And you actually took time off from your job, sold your jobs to specifically spend more time with your children.
Yes, that is my goal, and I'm working on that. I just want to be a full-time mom. That's my goal. I mean, for me, it's like, I can work hard every day. I still have my health. I still have my brain. I'm still able to function. And when they're out of the house, maybe I'll do something. But right now, I cannot buy the time to be with them when they're like 2 years old.
And that time
That's
is
gone.
so short.
That is
It's
gone.
so short.
It doesn't matter how much money you have. The money, I could give you $1 million and said, I want a year back. Would you give that to me? Hell no. Right?
Yeah.
So therefore, I come to realize that time is precious. We need to value those time we have with each other. Even.
Yeah.
Making
Absolutely.
memories with each other.
Absolutely. 100%.
That's what it's all about.
Yes.
Actually, that's what we do for holidays and special occasions. Instead of doing gifts, we make memories.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah,
Yes,
and,
definitely.
Science
Making
Saturday,
memories.
kids they'll never forget that.
No,
Forget that.
no.
They'll never forget that.
Yes.
And the fact that you made the choice. A lot of people don't have the choice.
Exactly.
But the fact that you were able to make the choice, your kids will never forget that.
Yes,
that you
and,
chose.
and we should look at people that don't have a choice differently. They are doing their best
Oh,
of
100.
how they know how. And I support the women. Work hard. Yes, you're
Yes.
trying to provide for your family. I encourage that. But when you have the time, make wonderful memories with them. Value the time. It's not what you do, it's just the moment you're with them. They don't care about the materialistic stuff.
yeah.
They don't care what you get them. They really don't care. They just want you to just sit there and just watch them read.
Oh my gosh, your kids getting to make yogurt, they were so excited they couldn't stand
I
themselves.
I know, little
Do
things.
you want to help me with that? Yes, I would love to, Mom. I just
We
love
were
that.
like,
Thank
so,
you.
oh, so well
Your,
behaved
your
kids.
kids are just the best kids, I think, out of any housewife
Oh,
franchise.
that is-
to be honest
that
with you.
means a lot to
at
me.
The,
Thank
at the
you.
age that they are, and just
Thank
how
you.
polite and respectful, and how much like they yearn for education.
Thank
Like,
you.
they
Yes,
really
we're
get
always
kids.
learning.
I love that. And the way you talk to them, like the whole cold and hot water issue and stuff, when I think it was
Triton
said, that's cold, and you're like, you are so observant, thank you so much. It's just the way you compliment your kids. It's
Thank
just,
you.
you are really giving them
Confidence.
more than just a thank you. You're giving them confidence.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
that
love
means a lot.
Now, you and Dewey make time for each other. Like you have date nights.
We love oyster.
Oyster nights.
Yes, oyster night.
And you do a lot of outdoor activities.
Yes, we
you
do a
say.
lot of outdoor hiking, fishing, biking, camping. We love the outdoors. It's a wonderful place for outdoors.
Utah.
Salt Lake. Oh my
Right.
gosh,
Now,
come on.
Now, is Dewey
Beautiful.
from this area?
Dewey lived here. He moved here for about 29 years.
Oh, okay.
But he's originally from California.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes.
That makes sense then. So, what is a perfect without the kids date night?
Oyster night.
Oyster night.
Oyster night.
Oyster
Yes,
night.
oyster night. Because we are engaged. We're not distracted by what we need to do in the activity. We're having a little cocktail. We're talking to each other. The quality time is not what you say. It's the quality time. The communication is effective. You understand each other. You communicate in a way where it's not threatening, where you're at home, you're busy with the kids, or you're at work, or you're outside. But for me, as oyster night is very valuable to me when I spend that time with him, because I get to connect with my husband.
Yeah.
You can actually look at them and actually have conversations
yes.
without any other distractions around.
Exactly.
Where around here do you like to go get oysters?
I love Kern downtown.
Okay.
Handles makes really good oyster. Takashi has an amazing Japanese style infusion oyster. But then I live like down the street from Market Street Grill, so it's like
That's where we went with right. Yeah.
We went there.
That's they're great too.
Yeah.
They're really great. We actually had
Yes.
oysters there with. Do you know Heather's business partner Dre?
No.
You haven't met Dre?
No, I haven't met Dre.
We love ourselves some Dre.
Actually, Heather and Dre let us borrow their sound equipment tonight, even though we didn't give it to Dre. So you've been accused a lot of faking some storylines, and anyone who's ever worked for Bravo will tell you we know when they're faking, and we cut it out.
Yeah.
And I've seen you defend yourself 1,000 times. Is there anything left that you want to say to like our listeners that like, why do I even have to defend myself about this? Why would I fake a storyline? Like, is there anything that you haven't been able to say that you want to be able to get off your chest?
There is a lot, but as women, we try to compromise. we want to say, I want to be fair to my husband, maybe be open-minded, maybe give it an opportunity and see if it's going to work, because I know my husband try his best to make me happy, whatever I want. He want me to be happy, and I want to be fair. And at moment, it's like, okay, maybe I should. No, I shouldn't fuck it. No, I'm not going to do it. And then I teeter and totter. But I love children. Even they're not mine. I just love children. I feel like I need to protect them. So when a friend brought me over an infant and the baby was like 3 weeks old, I feel that connection, like maybe I could do this. Maybe a sister wife wouldn't be a bad idea. And then, months pass. I'm like, hell no.
Yeah.
You're not going to be with another woman. Hell no.
You know why?
You know why men have multiple wives, have multiple mother-in-laws? I don't think he wants that. I don't want multiple mother-in-laws. Hell no. No, thank you. So no.
Thought of that.
So I'm like, no. But, I understand where he's coming from, and I get it. But I'm telling him is you either get therapy about this whole situation, or this marriage is not going to work. No sister wife right now. No, I'm not even entertaining that. Yeah. I am not going for it. There's a moment where I was weak and I feel like maybe, but it doesn't make sense to me. And I am not going for it.
And I think I remember you saying in an interview, like, he really brought that up out of nowhere on camera. Like,
exactly. Did you? I was like, why didn't you talk to me at home? This should be a private conversation between a husband and a wife. Maybe oyster bar.
Yeah.
I mean, you were, like, stunned when he said that.
Yeah, no, I would literally...
just like... Bye.
I was like, I am done with this conversation. I'm going home. I called one of my assistants, like, come pick me up. I do not want to be in the same car with this person whatsoever.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. It hurts me, and it makes me so angry that like you have no more words. Like you can't even look at the person at their face and be able to say, let's have a conversation. Like, I'm disgusted right now. I'm just disgusted. Yeah. Just get out of my face.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to separate yourself.
Yes. Yeah. You have to walk away from the moment.
No, I'm not going to say the right thing right now. I know it. I'm walking away.
Yes.
That's smart. And then, social media wasn't very nice to Dewey after all that. Mm-hmm. So tell us what we would love about Dewey.
Dewey is an amazing father. He would drop anything to be home with them. Like he told me, I would just sell all my practices and be home with the children. But I know I'm a provider and I can't do that because you're retired. He'd rather take them skiing, would wake up early, 7:00, and take them to the gym. That's what my two boys like to do.
I love that.
He would teach them tennis because we have a tennis court, teach them golfing, teach them everything, like very... an outdoor activity just to connect. He's like, okay, Atlas was 12 and he's like, I need to take a trip with Atlas. I want to bond. I want to connect with my oldest son. I want to see what he's thinking. I want to live in his world. I don't want him to live in my world. I want to be in his world and understand where he's coming from and be able to communicate, because a lot of kids don't communicate with their parents.
Amen to that.
And it's really hard. And so I know Dewey is a great father. He's a great provider. He's a great husband. Whatever I want, if it makes you happy, go for it. Do it. Because it's my decision to retire, not his,
right.
Because I was making good money. Why would we get that up? But he's like, I support you. No matter what you do, I'm here for you. And I'm here for the long haul. So it's not like, one thing happened, we're just going to call it quit. No, he's like, no, I'm in this for the long haul. I'm not calling this quit whatsoever. If you want me to go get therapy, whatever you want, I will do it for you.
I love that.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, hearing that he will do anything to make you happy is refreshing to hear.
And I love hearing how much he enjoys being a dad.
He loves being a dad. That's why he wants more kids. I'm like,
But you also said earlier, telling us that you don't really have any family around here.
No, I don't.
So that's also hard to not even have like aunts or uncles, like or anything, grandmas and grandpas and stuff like that.
It's just the both of us.
He just wants to make that. He just wants to make that family bigger and bigger.
Exactly. Because I'm the youngest of 13.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
Yes, 13. And he's the youngest of 5. So look at that.
Used to being in a big family all the time.
Yes, all the time. Big family.
So that's why I was
40 nieces and nephew. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
that's a big family. Family reunion, I don't think we can fit everybody in one house.
Oh my goodness.
Did you have that many brothers and sisters when you were fleeing Vietnam?
Yes, so when I was born in Vietnam, so my whole family is from Vietnam, but my oldest brother decided to stay in Vietnam because there are businesses that he needs to handle and he couldn't leave. And the thing is, he couldn't find my fifth brother. So he's like, I'm going to stay and I'm going to take care of him. You guys go. It's in the middle of the night. And he couldn't find my brother. And so that's why we all left except him and my fifth brother. So yeah, we grew up in a very big family. One house with, 15 people?
Wow.
That's a lot, right?
Wow, that is a lot. Wow. Okay. Wow, this opens up a whole new world of like, and it's funny that you had such a big family and Dewey had a
medium
smaller,
size.
yeah. And he's the one that's really fun. Wild.
But also being the youngest of the family, you right away are a part of the big family.
Mm-hmm.
You don't watch it grow, you're already a part of it.
Yeah, I already seen that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm the youngest of 5 kids, so I know, like, the second I was born, I was like, boom, big family.
Yeah.
Nieces and nephews right away.
Yes, for sure.
So, wow, that's crazy.
That is huge. And you're the one who's not Mormon.
No.
That's funny.
Imagine that.
So, I've recently discovered that you're a foodie.
I love food, yes.
And you have your own YouTube channel.
Yes.
Where I watched you make mashed potatoes.
Amazing mashed potato.
Yes.
You guys should try.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to try the sugar mashed potatoes because it sounds.
I mean, it's just
delicious.
like a teaspoon, I think. If
It's
I
just
remember.
a little bit,
just a
not
little
too
bit.
much.
Yeah.
Not too much.
I'm so excited for this.
Okay, don't make it as a dessert.
I'm like, here's my meal.
2 tablespoons of sugar. No.
And then you were making shaking beef and had a torch in your kitchen.
No one does that at all. I'm the only one that torched my beef. Not even in the restaurant.
I was like, she has a torch in her house. So what do you like to cook the most? Do you have like a cuisine or a type of cuisine that you prefer to cook?
I love to make steak because my kids, every time I ask them, what do you want for dinner? Steak. They love
Really?
meat.
Wow.
So I made this chocolate rub steak with chocolate sauce. And my kids love it. They're like, is it chocolate steak? No, it's Cajun steak or just a normal steak.
Chocolate
steak?
I get it. I can get it.
I
can
want
get
some
it.
of that.
I can taste it right now. That sounds amazing.
Steak, and then the second would be any kind of pasta dish. I make my own pasta at home.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I make my own pasta.
I
And
mean,
so
you-
Mary
I was
did
gonna
not
say.
invite me to the pasta making. I could have made kick-ass pasta. Just saying.
I know. There, Lisa Barlow's like, I would rather be doing anything than cooking right now. And then meanwhile, you could have been showing them all up.
Showed them all.
Let me show you how it's done.
So funny. So what do you like to, does Dewey cook at all? Not his
Very
thing.
little, like maybe ramen. Boiling water.
Okay, fair enough. And so you invading Jen Shaw's snack bag on the bus
was gold.
That was probably the best moment of the episode, to be honest with you.
And Heather Gay's like, well, wait for
the body to get cold.
Like, what if there's stuff in here that needs to be eaten right now?
Well, she lasted until you pulled the suckers out, the lollipops out.
I know, she's like, okay, I'm giving
Down
in.
a little bit.
Are you a snacky kind of person?
I love snack. Every time we go on a road trip, I would get tons of snack. The first thing I tell my kids is, fill up this grocery bag with snack because we need snacks. And
I
so
remember
because
that.
you are like having 3 little ones, you want to make sure they eat, right? So since then, it's like snack. And so my favorite is beef jerky, Cheetos, any kind of beef jerky, Cheetos.
Okay.
A good, cream soda, root beer,
Oh, nice.
beer.
Pepsi Cola, I just saw, just came out with a cream soda.
Ooh, I gotta try that.
We went to try it.
Yeah.
But she's not coming back for the bag, so why not help
Yeah, I mean,
myself?
She's got bigger issues than
Yeah,
this.
she's like, I'm not coming back for
She
that.
forgot that bag was
She doesn't even
there.
remember that bag.
But that was such a good moment. That was such
We
a good
love that
moment.
moment.
That-
Thank
much.
you.
And we'll get into the more about the bus later. Definitely.
So, did you sell all of your medical spas, or did you keep? I thought I remembered in the episode it said you kept one of them, but did you sell them all?
I sold all of them. I did kept one, and then I sold it this last April.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Just so recently. Okay.
Yeah.
And what kind of medical spa? What kind of services did you provide?
So it's a medical clinic, so I provide a lot of pain meds. Like, I don't provide that. Okay, I'm going to take that back. So it's a pain clinic that we monitored pain patient where they, lost control of how to manage. So we manage that. We do a lot of injection. We do a lot of Botox for headaches. So it's more like, yeah.
I get cluster migraines.
Oh,
And
Botox
so
really help.
yeah.
32 shots. Spinal cath, we do that. We do a lot of stem cells. We do a lot of PRP.
Oh, wow.
And so it just a whole bunch of modalities that we do to help patient heal faster. But we do Botox as well for aesthetic. We do vampire lift as well. We do Juvederm, all that fun stuff.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, the pain. The pain part of it is interesting because Utah is really known for opioid abuse.
Yeah, abuse.
And I've had a friend personally that was addicted to painkillers and pain pills, and she got so bad that when she was trying to get off of them, it was going to kill her. And so, like, trying to get help from the hospital and stuff seemed almost impossible. We had to go to, like, a mental health facility to try to get her treatment and stuff, and it just seemed impossible to get her fixed. And it was so scary to go through. I've never seen anybody go through tremors like that, not know where they are just from coming down off of pain meds.
Withdrawals, yes.
Withdrawals, it was terrifying.
It is very terrifying.
So that's really interesting to hear that your practice used to help with that.
Yeah, so we have a lot of patients that went the other end and not able to, and we told them, if you don't work with us and have a regimen, you will die. You will overdose and die. And we see so many patients go through withdrawal. We have to send them to rehab therapy and detox themselves, enable for us to maintain that guidance for them. And, it's heartbreaking because they might get involved in an injury, right? And then they were prescribed pain meds. And they don't know how addicting it is. They take the first one, the second one. And then they lost control. And then it's just one little injury that got them to where they are. And I feel so sad for these people because now they're dependent on those meds.
The doctors aren't, I feel in my opinion, doctors are not caring enough what they're doing. They're just like, oh, are you in pain? Okay, well, here's more. They're not trying to like, well, let's send you to a pain clinic so we can get this.
That's what I think, because a lot of family practice or just urgent care, they give you the pain meds, but it should come from a specialist and saying, I'm only giving you 3 and make sure if it works. If it works, I'm going to lower your doses and so you don't get addicted. But a lot of time, a lot of family practitioners are just like, okay, just want to help you. Call me in 2 weeks, take this. But then after the fact, they're already addicted. And now they send them to a specialist. And then sometimes it's too late.
And you don't even realize you're addicted until it's too late. For my migraines, my doctor was giving me really high dose Percocets. Oof. And I was on it for about 3 months. And then I almost like blacked out while driving home. And I told him, I'm like, don't ever prescribe these to me again. Because I could feel myself not being able to function without it, and then once I'm on it, I'm so doped up. It was scary.
It's very scary. We told patients not to drive when they're on meds. You can get a DUI.
I almost crashed a car because I almost just fell asleep while just driving on it.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, me too. But that was when I was like, these are too much for me to handle. I don't know how to control them myself because I thought I was just taking them,
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden you just realize, wow, I'm taking these every day.
I think the patient needs to be more educated because then they know what they're putting in their mouth.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, one of your more fun jobs, maybe.
Yeah.
Wedding singing.
Yes.
Wedding singing. So I love that you sang Ragtime Gal on the show.
I don't even know the words.
I
was like, okay, well, let me see if I can learn this in like 2 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
So did you just do it as like a hobby, or did you actually even have like a real wedding singing business?
Okay, so when I was in high school, I was in a choir. I sang in high school. And then a couple of my friends that I met said, you know what, we play for a band, come and join the band. And so like, okay, that sounds fun. Because I sang in church solo by myself since I came to America for a Christian church. And so I was trained to sing when I was little. So I just thought, oh, this will be fun. And then we get gigs every weekend. It's Vietnamese, though, in Vietnamese.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it was not in English. So it's like a wedding singer for a Vietnamese band for Vietnamese wedding. And you know how long that takes. There are 10 courses. So you're constantly up and down singing. And so it was not a career. It was a hobby. So I stopped singing when I moved to Utah.
Wow. Wow, that's a niche wedding singer right there.
Right?
I will sing your Vietnamese songs at your Vietnamese wedding.
Yes.
That's really, really nice. And then, of course, your most recent career, housewife. Bravo, housewife.
Yes.
Bravo, housewife. So I know that you watched season 1 of Salt Lake City. I read that. Now, what other, we talked about this a little bit beforehand, but what other Housewives cities have you watched?
I've watched Potomac before, because it's before Salt Lake. And then I love Beverly Hills. Mm-hmm. I watched the very first season of OC to get to know, why OC was the start. And then I watched New Jersey and Atlanta. So just a few franchises.
Most of them. Most of them. Yeah.
Well, the best ones, I think.
Which are your favorites?
Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills.
Okay, I'm going to take that back. Potomac, then Beverly Hills.
Okay. I support that.
Potomac's so good.
Potomac has really found their ground. They're stellar.
They're so good.
I personally think that Potomac and Salt Lake City have the best casts out there.
Thank you.
And Salt Lake City, we have more Salt Lake City listeners than we have Beverly Hills listeners.
Wow.
Yeah, we just covered Beverly Hills, and our listenership, we have slightly higher listenership for Salt Lake City than we do Beverly Hills.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah, so
people are loving Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What's not to like?
What housewives outside of Salt Lake City have you met or talked to?
I am close friend with Tiffany Moon. I love Tiffany Moon.
That's not to lie.
I visited Crystal in Beverly Hills.
Oh, wow.
I have such a crush on Crystal.
She's so sweet.
I don't know what it is about her. I just have the biggest crush on her.
She is super sweet, super beautiful. And I have not met anyone else, but I would love to meet Ashley in Potomac. I think she's so cute.
Oh,
I want to meet Kathy Hilton.
Oh
Because
my
she's
goodness.
so funny.
I want to meet her so bad.
I want to
She's
meet her too. I like
royalty.
she's so funny. I want to just talk to her.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I wanted to do.
That whole last season of Beverly Hills, she was the comedy relief.
She
the whole
is,
thing.
she
There'd be
is.
some serious thing happening,
And then she
she'll
putting
come
on her
in,
lipstick.
yeah.
It's like, what? What did you say? Am I in the same
She's
room?
oblivious.
It's so good. It's so good. Like she doesn't even know she's there sometimes.
I know.
Yeah.
So, do you want to ask this one or do you want
Sure.
I'll let you ask.
So we are completely on your side with your decision about the sister wives issue. But if you had to pick a sister wife from any housewife city, who would it be to be a sister wife with?
Tiffany Moon.
Yeah!
You know why? Not because she's Asian. Because I get along with her so well. I feel like she's my sister. I feel like I can confide in her. And if she has a child with my husband, I won't be jealous. I'll like, give me a baby. I'll take care of him or her. You go have fun. I have a headache. Take my spot. But I know Tiffany won't do that, but definitely Tiffany.
Moon.
I love that. That sounds like
Nice.
a blast. I'd like to see you two hang out.
Yes.
I feel like she really blossomed her season of Dallas. I really, she really found.
She's so
instantly
funny.
liked her.
She is so funny.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see more of you two together. Maybe a spinoff. Okay, other than obviously Lisa was the most welcoming Salt Lake City housewife because you knew her. Who else from your cast really made you feel welcome right away?
Whitney.
Whitney
was very genuine, and she want to be my friend, but a little scared because I'm Lisa's friend. So she's more of, she held back a little bit, but she was super nice. I mean, if they didn't start out on the wrong foot. I think they could be friends. They just read each other wrong. Yeah. They are very different.
Yeah.
They are so different.
They are.
But I love the conflict is because you can't be the same. You know? You have to be different from one another.
Diversity is what makes the world fun.
Exactly.
Yeah. And interesting
yes.
even. But yeah, we love all the women. We love the whole cast. We love the whole cast.
We're dying to meet Lisa and Meredith.
But we are a little terrified of Mary though.
Yeah, I'm scared of Mary.
But I have to say, I love Heather too. She is so funny.
Yeah,
like
she is.
The bus ride, or would I say the van ride? She was hilarious.
Everything she says.
She's filled with one-liners.
I know.
She's so good.
But movie quote. Always movie quote.
Yes.
These two, like, when they get together, like...
We sing Grease 2 together.
Sing Grease 2, the whole... Like, we are completely oblivious to them. We're gone. We're invisible to them. And they'll just get into it. It's so fun to watch.
Well, Heather and Whitney both had great things to say about you.
Oh, thank you so much.
When we met them, we met Whitney the first time and for the podcast, and we're like, so the new girl, is she full time?
We wanted to know everything.
Spill the tea.
But they both immediately like, oh, she fits in great. You're gonna love her. She's great for the show.
Oh,
they
both
so
had
great things.
Like I said, you've hit this show running. Like,
thank you so much.
It didn't take you any time to get situated with anybody. You're just like boom, boom, boom.
I'm just
Screw
myself.
You, Mary, shut up.
Shut the F up. You're being stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes people need to hear that.
I know. It just like there's something about Mary. Wait, is that a movie?
It is a movie. I'm
just Heather. Mary. I just quoted a movie that's from Heather.
There you see.
And there really is something up with Mary. Like,
where are you and Mary today?
Okay, we're not friends. Okay, we're not friends at all. Let's put it this way. We don't see eye to eye. We're so different. But I did make an effort to reach out to just say, just get to know me. You don't know me. Get to know me. And maybe we can establish not a close friendship, but a step forward into a friendship. I didn't even get that opportunity at all. So for me, it's like, you don't have to be friends with everybody. No. As long as you're cordial, nice and respectful and acknowledge they're there. You don't have to go braid each other hair.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, you're a part of a sisterhood whether you like it or not.
Yeah, you're here whether you like me or not. I'm here.
Yeah, so we got to figure out a way to make it work.
Exactly. That's how I feel.
Do you feel like that she was hard on you because you were the new girl? But it seems like Mary's just kind of hard on everybody.
I think it's a combination of both, that I'm the new girl. I'm Asian, and I have a heavy accent. I love my accent, so y'all have a problem with that. Y'all have a problem with that. So I think Mary kind of looked down on me a little bit because number one, she's like, oh, you don't even fit in here. So already it's like, you're the new girl. You need to learn how to speak. Obviously, it's like, you're Asian, you have an accent, you need to learn how to speak. And that's why I got angry, because it's bringing back a lot of bullying towards me.
She needs to learn how to talk, too.
Yeah, she needs to learn how to speak, okay?
And talking about speaking, have you ever been on the receiving end of any of her rage texts that, like, Lisa or Whitney and Heather have
She doesn't have my phone number.
Oh, good. Like, keep it that way, because she's sending Jesus after everybody.
I don't want to pass by this. She's like, the fact that she would be bothered by you having an act. Like, the thing that's great about Salt Lake City, well, one of the many things, is that you are so culturally diverse.
Exactly.
More so than any other city.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a small town, so it's not like California.
But, and also on top of it, who gives a crap if you have an accent or not?
Yeah,
well, she's a priest. Like, shouldn't she be accepting of everybody?
Is she a priest or a minister? I don't know.
Whatever.
I don't know what it is.
Whatever that is.
But you're a lady of God, right? You shouldn't talk down on people. You need to lift them up and make them feel good.
Exactly.
No.
So, Mary has been accused of some unsavory business with her church money, parishioners. Have you heard these stories before? How do you feel about it?
I have not heard it before prior to join the cast. I have not heard anything about Mary's church, about where her money's come from. The first time I heard of it is when Whitney brought it up in Vail.
Okay.
And I was like, wait, what? And she's like, it's all over the internet. I'm like, girl, I don't go research people.
Yeah.
That's not my thing. If you're my friend, you're my friend. If I'm trying to get to know you, I'm going to genuinely get to know you. I'm not going to research and it's like, oh my God, is she a criminal?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. That's not how I roll. And so that's the first time I heard of it. And I'm like, wait, do you have evidence that her church is a cult? Or this just he says, she says kind of situation? Do you know people donate money and how much? Or he said, she said. Or maybe people have bad experience and they talk crap about her. You guys don't know this. You heard what's on the internet. So I left it. I was like, I listened, I absorbed, but it's like, it doesn't matter to me.
Can't really make a call on it.
No.
Yeah.
Well, and you did the same thing with the Jen Shaw's arrest. When you were on the bus, you're like, you guys, we don't know anything.
No.
You've read a headline.
People overreact on situation that I was like, did you have business with her? What the hell?
I know.
I mean,
you really did seem kind of unbothered by it. You're like, you
you're
guys,
just like, can we start the car now? So
where's
we
the
can leave?
snack?
Let's go. I want to go on vacation.
Yeah, well, how excited were you for your first cast trip?
I was excited. I was like, okay, away from my husband, away from the sister wife, not thinking about kids. They are taken care of. I'm going to be gone for a couple days. They can survive without me. It's also a test to see if my husband can take care of the kids.
Did he pass? Did he pass?
He passed.
He passed.
Okay,
Okay.
They did. They have to. They were.
They had food.
They have food. They did. They smelled good when I came home. They bathed. So we're good. So it was a test for him. But I was so excited to go. It's like, okay, great. I can be with these ladies. We can travel somewhere. We can have fun. We can drink. I could be drunk. I'm not driving.
Yes.
It was like, I was anxious. And then this whole thing happened. I was like, oh, can we just go?
Right. That would
One
be
more
sobering.
thing. Yeah.
That would be quite sobering.
But yeah, Heather, of course, was very upset. And then Lisa, of course, was
Really upset.
Really
Devastated.
upset.
Devastated.
And plus, at this point, had you really known Jen Shaw all that well? You
No,
probably just
no,
filmed
no.
a time or two.
She is a new friend, and I can relate to her because we're minority. I can relate to her culture. We're pretty similar in culture and how she was brought up, how I was raised. So we connect that way. And I'm very loud, as you guys can see, and very aggressive because for us as minority, if we are soft-spoken, no one knows and care, and you don't exist. So we have to be loud. We have to be extraordinary for people to understand who we are and that to be noticed. And so I connected with her that way. But more than that, I don't know anything about Jen. I'm trying to get to know Jen. And so for me, I wasn't bothered because she's a new friend.
Right.
Now, I'm not going to judge because of one article. Yeah. I'm not going to make judgment. I will see more. There are legal system out there, and we have a great legal system, and we will see. Stop jumping to conclusion.
Yeah,
Right.
They go straight to the worst of the worst.
Exactly.
As soon as they hear the first little
It's
bit
like,
of news.
okay. They, for example, a friend see a husband walking with a girl. What is the worst thing? Your husband is cheating on you. Blah, blah, blah. He's having an affair. What if it's he's walking with his sister, his niece, whoever? You don't know that. So that's what I'm saying.
I mean, that's valid. That's very valid. That's very valid. What about Meredith being in the bathtub for most of this episode?
I was shocked to see that because, I don't want to see you naked in a bathtub.
I definitely don't want to have a conversation with you while you're naked and I'm not naked.
No! I was like, you want me to jump in? I'll be more than happy to jump in and join you. But don't look up. And it's like...
It seemed like she was in that bathtub the whole eepisode.
Exactly.
I mean, she was in there so long that the bubbles went away and she had to lean herself over.
I was like, are you pruning in there?
Yes.
And even when everybody left the room, she was like, just turn the water
More
on
bubbles.
more. She's like, I want more bubbles. And just stayed in there. I'm like, you get it, Meredith.
Now, don't get me wrong. They don't really make too many bathtubs that I fit in. So when I find one that I fit in, I can't get out of it. I'm like, I want to stay in here forever.
It's like, I'm done.
But I don't think that Meredith has that issue.
No, I don't think she has that issue.
Now, there's a lot of hints that, like, Meredith knew something, or maybe her private investigation got this going on. It seems like maybe Lisa has known something. What do you think? Do you think that Meredith and or Lisa knew stuff going on before?
Well, it portrayed that way, the way they speak to one another, the way they communicate with us, and throwing all these nuggets out. It's like, oh, I wasn't surprised. I hired a PI and Jen was the one that did all this, did the text, and I investigated Jen. And basically saying that I'm investigated on all of you guys. Who does that, right?
Yeah.
Why would you do that if we're friends? What are you digging
the only
dirt
way
for?
I think you would be doing that is if you had business together.
Exactly. Right. You do a
of.
background check if you have businesses together. But for me, it sounds like they knew something. And it's hard for me to jump to conclusion. But again, it's hard for you not to jump to conclusion.
With their actions and their words, yes. As a matter of fact, in the last episode ends when they were talking about the last time that Heather had seen Jen Shaw and she got an Uber home. We were with them that night.
With Jen?
And Heather.
What?
Yes.
Yeah,
So we were celebrating his birthday. It was in March, just like 3 days before Jen got arrested. So
wow.
It was the first night that we ever met Jen, actually. Yeah.
Wow.
So Heather and Dre met us out, and Heather surprised us and brought Jen with her. They just filmed that scene with the sex toys.
That's funny.
And so actually we ended up all going back to Heather's house after having some drinks out, and we got Jen an Uber home.
Well, first, Corey played the piano while him and Heather sang I don't know what year.
Phantom of the Opera.
And then Jen was interpretive dancing around them. It was the best
hysterical.
thing ever.
Aww.
But yeah, we got her in the Uber to send her home all the way back to Park City. But apparently she didn't make it there.
That's what it sounds like at the end of this episode.
Through, so we're interested to see what this is.
I'm very interested. Go ahead. Yeah. I don't know why. Why would she get
out?
out?
Well, they were trying to hint. It seemed like they were hinting at an affair.
Yeah,
a side
like
piece.
she didn't want her to know where she was going. That's why she got a different Uber.
So I'm curious to see where that story unfolds.
Well, maybe the Uber guy was spooky and like
that could be
maybe
too.
it's dangerous,
or maybe she
hitting on her and being nasty or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
who knows?
Yeah.
But we're like, that's why we're also very involved, because now we feel like we're part of storylines.
You're like, oh, we were there, the Uber ride. Yeah, I don't know.
Do you think that people can be really put on a red list for paying high dollar cash?
Hell no.
I had never heard of it like that.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would you be on a blacklist if you're going to pay with cash? You're going to get paid regardless. Doesn't really matter. What if, I sold a car and they pay me in cash, so what am I going to do with this? Yeah, I still have to file taxes, but I'm going to go buy something with cash. I don't think so. I think that is ludicrous.
I've never heard that before.
Me neither.
I figured maybe if you're buying a huge, really super
$1 million home with cash, I'll be like, wait, what?
But jewelry and stuff, and that stuff flies off the shelves.
Yeah. So I don't understand why.
I thought that was. No, I'm glad to know that. I wanted to ask someone who might have.
Now I can start paying cash for all my.
Yeah.
Okay, look, I went to Chanel and bought a purse and paid with cash. Okay, because I have cash and I just don't want to go to the bank. Doesn't mean that they're gonna blacklist me. I paid you. I didn't steal from you. Yeah. So why would that be an issue?
Okay.
I have no idea.
I'm glad to ask because I was like, that sounds weird.
Yeah, I know it is, right? Yeah, it sounds weird to me too.
So we're going to wrap this up a little bit. What would you, this is the same question that I asked Whitney, what would you like your legacy to be? When people look back at your years on Housewives, what do you want them to think about you?
That I'm myself. I'm authentic. I'm just who I am. I don't hide. I just live my life, and I value friendship, motherhood, and authenticity of it all. I want people to look at me as she's real. She's not putting on a face or acting just to be on the show. And I want them to understand that I don't have issues sharing my conflict or my story or what's going on with my life and my family, because if I don't open up, people can't open up to me. So I have to be the bigger person and open up. And I disagree when Lisa she shouldn't tell her story about her pregnancy. It's my story to tell, and I'm comfortable, and I want them to understand because they are mom. If I want to get to know you, I need to open up. I'm not waiting for you to open up.
Yeah.
That's not going to work. I need to break the ice. And that's how I felt at that moment. And so for me, it's I want people to look at me as she's strong. She's hardworking from nowhere to where she is right now. And that materialistic stuff does not make someone happy. Don't show off your glam. Don't show up what you have. Appreciate what you have. When you appreciate it, the universe will give you more. Just don't show it off. You're not better than anyone. We are equally the same because we are human. We're different in color, in ethnic, in religion, in so many ways. But bottom line, we are human and we love each other. And that's all I want them to know is like, I love everybody. I don't use the word hate. I dislike you. I don't like you.
Right.
I will never say the word I hate you because it's so strong and it hurts me to say that. So I don't ever say that.
Absolutely, that is a strong word.
That.
I do. I have to also say, I told you this earlier, but I just want to let our listeners know, you all have no idea how beautiful this woman is. Sitting in front of us.
You're so
And
sweet.
she's got one shoulder hanging out of her sweater. It is just sex appeal.
Just sex appeal.
I mean, I don't know.
Hair.
I cannot seduce the beauty of the bear.
I don't know. It's kind of
But I will try.
It's working. Like I said, the camera just does not do you ladies justice. You're just so
thank
breathtaking in person.
Thank you.
Well, I hope this isn't the last time that we're hanging
No,
out.
I love you guys. You guys are
love you
amazing.
back.
And we are so happy to see you on the show.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
We
You're
love
so
you on the
good
show.
on the show.
And you being so open, that's what makes you such a good housewife.
Thank you so much.
And also, talking about miscarriages and stuff, I feel is really important because a lot of women don't. I have all sisters and my mom, so I was raised only by girls. And I know that for a fact, miscarriages, assault, rape, kind of things like that, isn't talked about between women because women feel like they get judged or they're not fully a woman if they're not able to give birth or anything like that. So I find it very important that you're speaking about it on a public platform like this. And I think you're helping out thousands of women out there that are going to have to go through this or haven't gone or have gone through it already.
Yes.
So I applaud that very much, and I really appreciate
so
you being so open about that because it's really important.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Where can people find you on social media?
Jennie, Jennie, and then my last name is Nguyen, Nguyen, and there's love, LUV. So I always talk about love each other, be kind, be nice, just love one another. So that's why I put love in my, Instagram username.
I would love to see you get verified. I haven't seen you been verified yet on social media yet.
Yeah, that's
and
silly.
I'm like, this is upsetting.
I'm working on that. I know they're taking their lovely time. They're like 30 days. So it's like, okay.
Well, I'm assuming that our listeners are probably already following you, but I just want to make sure to get that in. Make sure to follow us. You all know the drill. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at The Real Housebears. You can find us on Twitter at Real Housebears and email us at therealhousebears@gmail.com.
And you can also find us on YouTube, and you can also find us wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, you know the drill. Please give us a 5-star rating and a nice little review. We really need them.
Or Hunter will send Jesus after you.
No, I don't have that kind of power.
Or say Marco.
Thank you, Jennie. It's been
You're
such
welcome.
a pleasure. Thank you all for listening. Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.